All right, good morning, guys. It is Saturday. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change everybody from the old YouTube site to the new YouTube site. So I'm going to post this video on the old site so you guys can switch over to the new site. We're going to do everything different in the new site. Problem I was having was we getting way too many spams from kids, gamers. I mean, it was just mind-boggling how that happened. So we set up the new site correctly, I think, and that way we won't get any spam. All right, guys, so we know we're doing the headlight conversions. We're gonna make the projector. I'm just waiting for them to show up. As soon as they show up, we're gonna go ahead and do them. Let's just go into my car real quick here. Open the hood. Check. That's my Zestec wheel. Man, I'm telling you guys, this is one of the best toys ever. And if you see how thin my hub is, that's because it's an E92 hub, modified to take the G80 series. Easy swap. I don't know why more guys don't do that. Zestec, you guys should check into that. It just makes clearancing a whole lot easier. All right, so this is my setup. You know, we got the air intakes. I'm pretty much staying close to right about 750. And let's see, no problems yet. You know, I got boost at right about 25, and I'm always checking the manifold. You know, a lot of guys says 30, you're gonna pop it. Well, I'm not trying to pop it. I'm just trying to get the best and safest setup I can. So as you can see, I got the setup there. Precision, man, this stuff is just crazy good. I'm actually changing my ignition coils sometime next week with Dynon. Supposed to be better, so I'll change that just in case. I've already changed my plugs. Everything's done. Ethanol back there, tied into the ECU to the CAN bus. I'm actually running right now E47, and that's where it's pushing right about 750 to the rear wheel. And that's where I want to be. I don't want to go any faster. Just want to be right there. Just enough to you know, stay ahead. But anyways, so that's that right there. Can't wait. I know you can see all this. This is because I've already done this headlight 5 times, man, and I've already butchered this thing so much. On the new headlights, they're going to be so much better. So I can't wait. I'm actually going to take the projector out of this one and put it into the new set. So it's a nice clean job. And that way we can offer them for sale. Right, Buster? Look at my boy. That's my boy. Hey, Buster. Buster boy. Yeah. Anyways, that's my boy. It's my sidekick. All right, guys. Projects today. Let's see. Lots of projects. Got RGB kits here. LEDs. You want to see how tiny these LEDs are? I think I've already showed you guys. But look at that. I don't know if I can focus in on that. Oh my god. There you go. They are super tiny. If you can figure out my fingernail right there, that's how big they are. So I got ambers and yellows because we modify the boards. So on the boards like these, you can actually change the color however you want for the new LCI. Okay, I know I said I would never ever do this, but we're going to do an RGBW kit for the LCI. And the reason why I say we're going to do it is because it's going to be my set of headlights. They're going to be super cool. As you can see, I got the shadow line in there. And there we go. We got the amber headlight, amber DRLs. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it in this set. So if anything happens, I won't care about it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, to me, it's not going to be a problem. but I am going to do it. I'm going to do an RGB kit. Here I got the 9-pin CSL yellows, got the 11-pin CSL yellows, and the non-laser over here. And as you guys can see, I'm building lots of other kit stuff. But we're gonna stay away from all these now. The reason is because they're so cheap, guys. You can buy them just about anywhere now. AliExpress, they're getting like $60, $70 average. I'm just getting rid of them. $50 a piece. Go on my website, buy them. Great. If not, they'll just sit here, and eventually they'll sell, because I sell them, and they'll sell eventually. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to get rid of them so I can take them down from the website and not use them anymore. All right. Yesterday I did some coating on my car. I did anti-dazzle. With the freaking brick. With the papa butter. Huh? Look at my baby. Anyways, I did some coating yesterday on the what did I do? I did anti-dazzle. So I did the anti-dazzle, guys, and it worked out pretty good. I took it for a ride last night. Let me just get in here and we can talk about it. So I took the let's see if my dash comes up. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. Guys, I got my for those who want a valve controller right here, I have them, and I'm telling you guys, this is the best setup you can ever have. You can add a remote control, you can do whatever you want, but this is the best setup I've ever gotten. I'm actually going to add the remote control to this onto here. So these two red buttons right here is actually what controls my grill lighting. So I just put, this is for the white, and then this is for the red that I have inside the radiator, so it, it reflects red. I can set this up so I can put this as the valve controllers, and I'm telling you guys, you definitely need that, especially when you're going around town and you want to make it quiet. Just press it. For me, I don't like fumbling with the remotes. And then I got my little buttons here. Let me see if we can stick it there. There we go. So you just press, so that's your start button now. These guys are so cheap. I have them, $10, man. And these are just stickers. They fit perfect on here, and that's why I got it there. I don't care what people say. It's a sticker, man. It looks good to me. That's all that matters. My Zestec hub. Definitely love that. I've had this on my old G82. Perfect. Another thing you guys should invest in is CanDo Plus. Okay, so when you press your M1 or M2, goes right to sports mode. Definitely get that, guys. That's one of the best features, I think. Is freaking awesome. Guys asked me about my mods, what I got. Pretty much, I got JB4. Again, I get shit for JB4. I don't care what people say again. I mean, do what you guys want to do, Don't get pressured into doing Fetmo unlock. It's going to be available to the rest of the world soon. They've been doing this since 2021, guys. So let me tell you, it's going to come out. There's guys already who can do it in Europe, and they're going to end up doing it in the US very soon. Everybody likes to be secretive about what you can do and what you can't, and then you got to go to this person. Like for me, people ask me all the time, the modifications for the headlights. They go, hey, can I just do it myself and just buy the boards from you? I'm like, you can buy the boards, sure, no problem. You can do it yourself. It's not that hard, guys. I mean, again, I'm speaking because I'm very experienced in it. I've been doing the E92s back in the days, so I know how to, take apart these headlights, no problem. And the best part is, if you guys look, they're now making the housings available and the headlamp the lens available. So swapping, internal parts are going to be 100% better. They don't have it for the new LCI yet, but I am talking to a manufacturer and they are working on it and getting a housing out there. So for guys like us who do modifications, we could go ahead and, let me just close out of this, guys. So for guys like us who want to do the modifications, we can do it. And no problem. You can just cut the headlight lens. You can just cut the housing right off. Housings are about $100. Replace the housing, swap all the internals. Let me tell you about swapping the internals. It's super, super easy. I mean, I've taken these things apart. Geez, like I said, mine's 5 times already just to do a modification to see how long it would last. Now, I've been testing this since I got this car brand new, which was about, it's got to be at least 6 months. I mean, at least 5 months already. Anyways, bought it brand new last year when they first started rolling out. And I said, fuck, I got to get me one of these. So sold my old car, and then got this one the next day, which worked out super perfect for me. All right. Anyway, so going back to the headlight modifications, it's going to be super, super easy. So we're going to do a quad setup. I'm going to do it on my car, test it out. We know the circuitry of it. We know exactly what we need to do. I can't wait to do it. It's just a matter of getting these lights, man. I've tried searching everywhere, even Europe. No guys would want to talk to me about getting projectors. Everyone was like, you got to buy the whole light. Even if they had broken ones, they said, nope, you got to buy the whole light. It's still going to cost you, Fine, whatever. So anyways, I ended up buying a set. It cost me $3,000, guys. $3,000. And that's the minimum for a nice setup. So anyways, it's due in sometime next week, which I hope to God it's coming in. All I can do is sit here and wait. And when they do, we're going to go ahead and do the headlight conversions. I already got it in my head exactly how it's going to set up, what we need to do. We got to do some modifications to the headlight housing. Very, very minor, because I took some dimensions and pretty much matched it up to what I got right now. And there's a little spot that needs to be modified, but no big deal. I got to wait till I get it anyway so I can put the headlight in. So then that way it'll be a low beam, high beam. So there will be 2 projectors, 2 low beam, they're both the same. They both have high and low. So once we get that in there, then I can test it. And I'm going to test it out for about a week and see how she runs, get everything centered, leveled, and dialed in. And then once it is, we're going to send it. And then I'll go ahead and do the second set, which I bought another set. I got an investment in these lights, guys. I bought another set, but that won't come in till probably another 2 weeks, I think. I just bought it, that's why. So I bought 2 sets. One, so I can get it pretty quick here. And the next set I bought, it's going to be arriving sometime next week or the following week. So I got a pretty good investment. But the second set, I didn't pay $3,000. I paid like 23 something. I had to freaking wheel and deal with this one guy. So finally, he gave me the deal. The shipping was, wasn't that bad. Now, let's get into the Chinese portion. They've already come out with the replacement headlights, but I found out they don't even have them. It's not even manufactured yet. They're doing pre-sales. If you look at the bottom of their description, they're doing pre-sales. I've asked him. I says, do you guys have these? And he couldn't answer my questions. And then they had laser lights and LEDs and said you had to pick which one. And I was confused as why they had that like that. Either way, you're going to end up coating these, so it doesn't matter. The LED version, they weren't sure if it was plug and play, but they offer it as plug and play. I'll find out later on in the next few months or so, or whenever they're going to release it, and I'll get a set just to figure it out, as an alternative. Um, I don't deal with AliExpress, guys. I deal with Alibaba. So that's directly to the manufacturer, not going through a middleman. You guys, all AliExpress is a middleman. Go directly to the factory if you guys are looking for something specific, or you're just gonna pay the middleman fee, because they got to make a cut, and let me tell you, their cut is pretty high. So, just saying. But as for me, I go through Alibaba because we buy in quantity. Guys ask me how much. I can buy headlights. I can buy maybe 5 at a time. 5 sets at a time at a great price. But I always test which ones work and which ones don't work. So it's up to you guys to check it out. You can buy it from AliExpress just to check it out, see how it works, and all that good stuff. But I buy it from Alibaba, and that's where I get a good price. And I don't have to deal with middlemans. Plus, anything happens or any warranty, I go directly to Alibaba. I don't go to the manufacturer. I go to Alibaba and I says, "Hey, I had an issue with this." They communicate with the vendor, and then they sort it out, and then we get a new if we have an issue with something, and then they'll send me a replacement or whatever the case may be. So, guys, just letting you know. Another thing is they do have the boards available. Ice Driver, we all know that. They do not have any US testers. They asked me to be their tester, and I said sure. So I'll let you guys know on that. Because once you crack the problem with these LCA is you have to crack the headlights open. That's the biggest thing. Now, you don't want to crack it open and replace the board and find out that, oh man, the freaking thing, the board went out. That's the biggest concern that I have, and I will never put a aftermarket board until it's fully tested. Using the OEM board, guys, again, I'm going to tell you guys, using the OEM board is what I would prefer to do at this point right now. Modifying those boards are super easy for me. They're super easy. I can make them to any color, LED you want, but the problem is you want to stay legal. So it's either yellow or amber. So that's pretty much only colors you're going to have. What else? Okay, so using the OEM board has its advantage, and I'm just telling you guys, the circuitry on the board is, in my opinion, it's a whole lot better. I've never had an issue. I've been running these LEDs now for a while, and I'm able to test them, not like anybody else. You got guys who build these headlights, okay? I don't care who you use. You can use, anybody in the world. But the problem is, how are they testing them before you get them? They can't test them. So once you get them, you're the tester. As for me, I can test these headlights because I can just plug it into my extra port that I have on my headlights. So what I did was just duplicate the wire harness, make an additional plug, and that's my tester plug. So I can just unplug the headlights, put in the new plug, test the headlights, make sure they work. And if I do the projectors, what I'll do is I'll just take my headlights out, put the projector headlights in, lower the car, make the car just like how it was, like how you're going to drive, aim the headlights, make sure everything is all set up, so that way when you get it, all you need to do is just put it in and adjust the headlights. You still have to adjust it. You got 2 adjustments, high beam, low beam, you got to adjust. But we'll get into that later. When I start building these things, I'm going to document. I got customers' headlights I'm doing. I am going to show. I can't really show because I'm on a time frame. So it's hard for me to do step by step by step, but I'm going to do on the steps on my setup that I do when we do the quad conversion. So that's going to be a game changer there. G80 forum, I don't go on there anymore. Those guys on there is crazy. They'll tell you, they'll try and nitpick at you at anything. You got to have super thick skin, man. I don't. When they start, saying, oh, this and this and that, and oh, fuck, I'm done. Anyways, there's a lot of guys who are criticized. But let's get back to building these headlights. So, guys, when you're building these headlights, or having somebody build it, just take your time. I mean, the guys who know how to do these headlights, who have been doing it for years, is the guys I would trust. Don't just find some guy and you watch my video and you go, damn, I could do that. It's not easy as you think, unless you got the knowledge behind on what you're doing. BMW uses a urethane seal to seal these headlights, and it's really tough to cut. I mean, once you got it kind of warmed up, you can slide the knife in there, and you can actually, with the headlight tools, you can actually cut the seal really nice and easy now. There's lots of tools out there to use to take these things apart, and I'm finding it being easier. Geez, I can take apart a headlight in less than an hour now. I know the setup, but again, I take my time. It can take from an hour to 3 hours just to open one headlight. So a day, you can open up both headlights and then get them ready. Number one thing you want to do once you get it open is basically take the lens, wrap it in saran, and put it on the side. Don't touch the inside. They have a film in there that's like, really, you can scratch it real easy with your finger. Just the skin will scratch the screen. So, be careful on that. So, man, I just can't wait to get this setup going, It's like a waiting game for me. So in the meantime, I'm just doing other things. Just trying to make my car look as stock as possible, just trying to make it look as clean as possible. I like doing some wraps. I wanted to do a wrap on my car, but I'm not. I'm going to just PPF it. I've already PPF half the car. The whole front end is PPF, and thank God for that. I've gotten to some situations where getting the, some rock chips and whatnot, but didn't go through the PPF, which is great. And then I want to get windshield PPF, but I keep hearing, crazy stories about how they don't work, they work, they get pitted up, they blur your vision, I don't know. I'm going to give it a try, though. Another thing is, BMW just came out with an update. Oh, man. It wiped out everything that I had. I mean, from my blinkers, you can, from the Euro turn signals to everything. Some of the coding stayed still, but some of them, it just vanished. It took it away. And some of the things are hidden now. I couldn't find my the front, what do you call that? That front parking lot, side marker lamp. I deleted that, so that way it's always off. It's like the Euro setup, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. And then finally, I went through some of the in the expert modes, and I found it. It's still there. It's just under a different category. So that's another thing. And coding the Euro turn signals. I know you guys. There's some guys out there that want to get theirs coded on their i4, and I'm meaning to work on that, but man, it's just, I got a lot of things going, guys, and sometimes it can take a day, and it frustrates me because I'm going through every single thing trying to figure out what can we do. They're getting it. They're getting the hyperflash, but I know the coding sequence is somewhere in there that they're missing. So I'm trying to figure that out, have them try different things. It's in the custom values there. I found 2 sets of different custom values that worked. So you guys just got to be patient, man. I can't tell you how patient you got to be. Sooner or later, we'll figure it out for the i4s. Somebody's already got it. Some people got it, but they won't tell me how to do it. Again, everybody thinks it's a secret. It's not a secret, man. Just share it with the world. I'm going to be sharing the coatings for the 2025 BMW setups, what I've done in Beamer Utility, Beamer Code, what you can do just off the, just right there without going too crazy. So there's a few things you can do. Again, you can get Can-Do, like I says, get it from Keys Motorsport, guys. That's where I would get it. So if you can, get it from Keys Motorsport. They have it. Oh, let me just put this in. Close this message. Just get this out of here. Go to Keys Motorsports and you guys can get the Can-Do. There's so much you can do with that. You can search that on YouTube. Man, you can do so many crazy things. When you start up the car, you can actually have it set to sports mode, everything you want to set. Have your AC on or whatever you want to do. Remote engine, all that good stuff. I love it. Had it in my other car. Loved it too. Great product. All right, guys. Let's get back to what I got. So a lot of guys ask me, what am I running? I mean, for me, I like to just have enough power. I don't need to have 1,000 horsepower. I'm not freaking 21 years old, you know. For me, I just have the JB4. I have the flex fuel CAN bus set up. I have the port injection from Precision Works. Great product, easy to install. I mean, literally, guys, port injection takes probably about, I say, less than a half an hour to do. Drill the ports, done. Put it on, get the harness, and then put the PI controller. You can go whoever you want to go with. I went with JB4 because I have that's JB4 I have, with everything. So I'll stay with that for now. I am going to switch over to bigger turbos. Let's see, sometime during, not this year, maybe this year or next year. I'm not sure exactly. But I am looking into it. I'm going to go bigger turbos. I'm going to probably go with Pure Turbo. And again, I'm not going crazy horsepower, but I'm going to stay within the 800 range. 800, 850, or another 100 horsepower. That's enough for me. I don't need big, crazy horsepower. And then I'm running downpipes, of course, and a modified mid-pipe. And what I mean by modified mid-pipe is I took the stock pipe. Again, I've been doing this since E92 days. I left the secondary cats on. Reason is so it can burn the fuel and you don't get that stink fuel smell, and the noise level is perfect. Then I got it going through an X pipe, double X pipe actually, and then out to the rear muffler, stock muffler on the rear. That keeps the noise down, and when you got a valve controller, even better yet. And then I don't know if you guys know, but on the M, the exhaust sports button, when you press that, it turns off the burbles. I don't know if that's how it works or what, but I don't remember mine's doing that the last time. But anyways, now it turns it off, so it's just like it's in silent mode. I just turn off the valve controller, turn that off, and I swear to God, you're driving like it was stock, and you can't even hear anything. But it sounds great. I mean, when you start it up and you're driving and all that good stuff and doing some flyby passes, sounds perfect, man. Freaking love it. Look how many miles I got on mine. Wait, let's see if we can scroll in there. I got 12,000 miles already, guys. 12,000. Haven't had the car. It's because I'm doing so much crazy testing, especially at doing these headlight stuff. Gotta tst it, gotta drive it, just to cycle it through, and see how long, see if anything happens, see if there's a spike in the electrical, which would come up on my screen and I would know. But I don't have any check engine lights. I don't have anything. Downpipes, guys, you gotta buy those mini cats so you don't get the check engine light. But some people says, I bought them and they don't work. You got to buy the ones with the little mini cat that's inside of them. Those things work. I have them also. I think they're like $10. Stop buying them for $25. These guys are buying them from AliExpress, for, geez, $3 I saw at one point. Again, I buy them in bulk, so I probably got like 20 or 30 of them left, because in pairs you need them. They're cheap, so get the right ones. I'll try and post some stuff about them later, but I want to do different things each time. So for last, I want the guys to move from my old website to the new website. So please subscribe. I want to try and get this thing to where I can put all the information of what I do on my 2025 on the new site. And that way you guys can go in there. If you have a 25 or a 21 BMW, you can go in there because there's things in there that will pertain to you. There is coding stuff that you can do in anti-dazzle and stuff like that. Oh wait, anti-dazzle. I know I'm skipping around a lot of things. It's because I'm kind of excited about things going on. Anti-dazzle for the laser light works the best. For LCI, all it does is switch the light on and off in the corner, or when there's nobody in front, it'll turn the lights on and high beam on. Nothing. It doesn't move. It doesn't do any of that, guys. Somebody asked me that. It doesn't move at all. All it does is turns it off and on. But it'll turn one side off and leave the other side on. So that's how it kind of works. But it's kind of cool though, in a way. I mean, I drive with it. I like it. That's my opinion. So if you want to do it, try it out. See what you think. It's pretty much the same coating as the laser lights. Same thing. Everything's the same. Nothing changed. It's pretty good though. Beamer utility, I advise people getting it, and Beamer code. Those are the two things I would get. So you can do things in there. What else? What else can we talk about besides headlights? Really excited though, guys. When I get the quad setup done, of course, we're gonna post it everywhere. I tried getting these headlights to see if you could buy them, from BMW or anywhere. You can't. They are so expensive, guys. Quad headlights are so freaking expensive. I am talking like thousands and thousands. I looked up the old GT3 BMWs, and they were running like 6,000 used aside. 6,000, guys. Is that crazy or what? Just adding in one freaking projector, 6,000 for a used setup. Some guy had a set selling each side. I was like, frick, that is just crazy. There's no way I'm going to buy that. I mean, that's the old style. We're going to do the new style with the snake eyes. So what I'm going to do is basically we're going to do the new projection headlights, quad setup. I'm going to do some accent lighting on the inside. It's just going to be an accent lighting with a switchback, of course. So it's going to be white, then amber on when you do the turn signals. And then we're going to do quad lighting. I'm going to do one set with yellow lights. I'm going to keep it just like the CS. So I'm going to keep it with yellow lights. And then people ask me about the sequencing. So basically, when I build these lights, you got to take your controller off the back of the headlights and put them on yours, because mine's do not going to come with controllers. I use my own controller to check it out and see how it works and whatnot. So you're going to have to get your own. Unfortunately, that's just the way they are. And then we're going to do one set with an RGB kit. I'm going to do it, but that's going to be for my own set. I'm going to use my lights that I've taken apart 5 times already, so this will be the 6th time. And we'll try that out and see how that works. I'm going to test them out for a while. If they work great, then we can proceed moving forward. Proceeding forward, I'm only going to be doing not RGB, headlight modifications, which I do refurbish ones for the insurance. So when the body shop is looking for a headlight, they got to go through this search and find a used headlight. And sometimes they'll pick people like us, and we'll supply it and we'll send it to them, make sure and they work and all that good stuff. And they're in A quality. And what I mean by A quality, I mean that they are in not perfect condition, but 90% perfect. For the lens, what I do is I'll polish the outside lens. If there's any chips or anything on there, we'll polish it and then we'll PPF it. Hey guys, you're telling me it'll take off the coating. Yes, it will. But PPF has a UV coating. And I keep telling you guys again about this. You can sand down your headlights to the core and progressively sand it down to about 1,000 grit. Some guys have cleared it, which has UV protector, but you need to put a PPF over it. So that way it'll last a long, long time. I've done that on my old G82 when my headlights got scraped. Had to sand them down, re-cleared it with automotive clear. Don't get spray paint. That just doesn't work, man. I don't know why guys do that. All right. So get not spray paint, but automotive clear. Do that, and then let it dry thoroughly. You can sand it down, polish it, and then after you're done, PPF it. Put a PPF film over it. It'll last a long time. And plus, it'll protect it from rock chips. I do that on all my headlights. Put PPF on there. So, 2 sets I'm going to build. RGB, a yellow. I'll keep the see how that works, and then go from there. So if everything works out, guys, it's going to be a crazy set. I've got people already waiting in line to get these headlights. I'm still trying to figure out a price point. We are going to do some aftermarket ones because they are going to be available. Like I said, I already talked to the supplier, and basically they are going to be available. And I'm going to look at the circuitry on these headlights because I want to make sure they're following the OEM guidelines. If they're not, then these are just going to be aftermarket just doing the yellow DRLs and making it available, which we are doing a pre-sale on them as well. So at first I thought they were going to give me one, and then they said no, they weren't going to give me one. I had to pay a really discounted price for one, and I said, when will you get it? And they can't say for sure. The manufacturer that manufactures it is working on it right now to produce it. They've got it out there, guys, on AliExpress, but they're not in yet, and they're going to tell you that it's a pre-order. So trust me on that. I've already checked. Things. It's just crazy out there. Anyways, all right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. So go to the new channel, subscribe, please, so that way I can continue to do these things. I don't have very many subscribers, guys. So if you can spread the word, that'd be great. I do want to make this thing is kind of like my, I've been doing this for a long time. I quit the corporate world and started building, RGBs and LEDs and all that stuff for the G80 platform. And it's just the way it's involved. And now it's like the Chinese market has saturated all the LEDs and stuff. So they're dirt cheap. But the problem is you don't know what's good and what's not. And we'll get into that subject later, but I'll tell you guys where to get them. There's only 2 places that I'm going to get them from that I trust and won't have any issues with them. All right, but again, that's going to be a whole new subject on that. All right, talk to you guys later.